A brand new Chinese SUV just launched with 725 kilometers of range and Huawei's latest autonomous driving stack for the same price as a mid-spec Tesla Model Y in China. Here is the number that stopped me mid-scroll this week: 219,900 yen. That is the opening price of the Avita 07L, which went on sale officially in China just days ago. For that money, you get a 5-seat SUV with a wheelbase that is 50 millimeters longer than the standard 07, pushing it into genuine family hauler territory, and the full Huawei ADS5 suite baked in from the base trim. Not an optional add-on. Standard. Avita is a joint venture between Chang'an Auto and CATL, with Huawei as the technology partner. That three-way structure is unusual, and I think it is actually the key to understanding why this car exists at this price point. Chang'an brings the manufacturing scale, CATL supplies the battery, and Huawei supplies the brains. The result is a car that leads with technology credentials rather than brand prestige, which is exactly the right play at 220,000 yen in 2025. There are 3 trims. The Elite starts at 219,900 yen and includes ADS5 Pro plus a CLTC range figure of 725 kilometers. The Max Plus adds air suspension and steps up to ADS5 Max. The Ultra goes 3-motor performance. I want to walk through each of those distinctions carefully because I think the trim decision here is genuinely non-obvious. Let me explain why Huawei ADS5 being standard on the base trim is a bigger deal than it sounds. ADS5, Huawei's 5th-generation advanced driving system, uses a sensor fusion architecture that combines LiDAR, millimeter-wave radar, and a high-resolution camera array processed through Huawei's own Ascend chip. The reason this matters mechanically is that Huawei's approach does not rely on HD maps for highway driving. It builds a real-time environmental model from sensor data alone, which means it works in cities and on roads that have never been mapped. That is the technical gap between ADS5 and what most competitors are shipping right now. To put that in Western context, this is roughly analogous to the leap between Tesla's early autopilot hardware and Hardware 3. It is not an incremental update. It changes what the system can actually attempt. Now, the 725-kilometer range on the Elite trim. That figure is CLTC, which is China's test cycle, typically 15 to 20% more optimistic than WLTP. So call it somewhere around 600 kilometers in real-world mixed driving. That is still very competitive. For comparison, a BMW iX xDrive 50, which sits in a similar price bracket globally, is rated at 630 kilometers WLTP. Avita is not embarrassing itself on range. Before we go further, one number that changes the whole picture. The wheelbase on the 07L is now 2,950 millimeters. That is longer than a Mercedes GLE. In a segment where rear seat space is a genuine purchase driver for Chinese family buyers, that 50-millimeter stretch over the standard 07 is not cosmetic. It is a repositioning. I was wrong about this for about 2 years, and I want to be straight about it. I kept predicting that Huawei's automotive partnerships would struggle to compete on brand heat with pure-play consumer electronics companies entering the car space. Xiaomi proved that wrong faster than I expected. The YU7, Xiaomi's electric SUV, has generated extraordinary reservation numbers on brand enthusiasm alone, before most buyers have even sat in one. I underestimated how much Xiaomi's phone and ecosystem loyalty would transfer to a car purchase decision. So here is the real question. At roughly the same yen 220, 250K price point, does Avita 07L's technology depth beat Xiaomi YU7's brand magnetism? I'd argue the answer depends entirely on which trim you are comparing. If you are looking at the base Avita Elite against the base YU7, Avita wins on autonomous driving hardware. ADS5 Pro is more mature than Xiaomi's current ADAS offering. But Xiaomi's brand pull means the YU7 will outsell the 07L in raw volume. Almost certainly. Here is what nobody in the Western press is talking about: the Avita 07L's chassis. One detailed teardown that circulated on Chinese social media this week found that the 07L's suspension and structural materials are stacked at a level that the reviewer compared favorably only to the Zeekr 001. And the Zeekr 001 is widely considered one of the best-built platforms in Chinese EVs. If that assessment holds up under more scrutiny, Avita has a genuine quality story that goes beyond the Huawei badge. I think the Avita 07L launch is going to create pressure in three specific directions over the next 12 to 24 months. First, watch NIO. NIO's ES6 and ET5 SUV lineup sits in a similar price band, and NIO's differentiator has always been battery swap and service ecosystem. If the 07L pulls family buyers with its rear seat space and ADS5 credibility, NIO will need to either drop pricing on the ES6 below 220,000 yen or accelerate its own ADAS roadmap. I'd expect a pricing move from NIO by Q1 2026. Second, this puts Huawei's automotive division in a very interesting position. Huawei supplies ADS technology to multiple brands, AITO, Avita, and others. The more cars that ship with ADS5 as standard equipment, the faster Huawei accumulates real-world training data for the system. That is a compounding advantage. Every 07L sold makes the next generation of ADS marginally smarter. This is the same flywheel logic that gave Tesla's autopilot its early lead, and it is now working in Huawei's favor. Third, and this is the one I'd tell a buyer to watch, look at whether Avita's Max Plus trim, which adds air suspension and ADS5 Max, holds its price through Q3 2025. If Avita discounts that trim within 6 months, it signals that the Elite is cannibalizing it. If the Max Plus holds, it means buyers are genuinely upgrading, and Avita has real pricing power. That is the indicator that tells you whether this launch was a success or just a splash. So, bullish or bearish on the Avita 07L? Here is where I land. Cautiously bullish on the car, neutral on the sales trajectory. The hardware is real, the price is sharp, and the ADS5 standard fitment is a genuinely smart move. But Xiaomi's brand heat is a force of nature that technology specs alone will not overcome in the short term. 3 things to remember from this. 1. The Avita 07L starts at 219,900 yen, with Huawei ADS5 Pro and 725 km CLTC range as standard. That is not a stripped base trim. That is a legitimate specification. 2. The 50mm wheelbase stretched to 2,950mm is a deliberate family market play, not a styling exercise. Rear seat buyers should take it seriously. 3. Huawei's ADS data flywheel means every car sold improves the system. So the longer you wait, the better the autonomous driving gets, but the more you miss the early adopter pricing window. Now I want to hear from you specifically. If you had a 250,000 yen budget and you were buying today, Avita 07L Elite or Xiaomi YU7. Tell me your reasoning in the comments, not just the name. If you found this useful, subscribe. I cover Chinese new energy vehicles every week with the numbers and the honest takes that the mainstream press usually skips. Subscribe for weekly Chinese EV breakdowns, with real numbers, not press releases.